What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Climb Together podcast. I am your host, Tonage Scorp, here with my co-host, Deception the Rapper. Deception, say hi.
What's up?
We have a lot to talk about today, mostly pertaining to Call of Duty and the CDL, but we have some other things to talk about as well. First things first, I'd like to make an announcement. I have officially joined Denial Gaming as a podcaster slash esports announcer slash giver of knowledge. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what I can do in this new organization. It has been around since like 2019, so I feel like if I can help them out and get them where they need to go. It's a really great org with really great values around mental health and just like doing what you can when you can. So I feel like it's pretty awesome. So
I mean, giver of knowledge is pretty cool. I've never
yeah.
really heard that title.
Well, over my years I've been in esports since I was 15 and I'm almost 19 now. So
It's true.
dude, I'm almost 19. I'll be 19 in a month and like a half.
That is true.
So I feel like I can help them out a little bit. And I see a lot of potential here, and I feel like with the right people and the right direction, we could really make Denial undeniably amazing. You're so old, yes, Bob. You might know. Did you like my pun? Undeniably amazing.
I mean, the first time it was okay, and now it's like redundant.
It's redundant now. Okay.
No, I mean, I've seen what Luther's got going on over there.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna do a good job.
Yeah. So pretty much,
Especially with you there.
well, just like a little rundown. Like, Breezy and Luther are the co-owners of Denial. And they have a little bit of a small group going on. Like there's probably less than 20 people in the Discord, but I feel like with the when everybody puts their mind to it, I feel like we could really make it into something awesome. So
Yeah.
I'm excited, and it's one of those things. It's like I can kind of just keep doing what I'm doing. I don't really have to add anything if I don't want to. Like I'm not really entitled to many responsibilities other than just doing my podcast once a week, which even if I can't do that, it's fine with them. They're just, happy to finally welcome me. And I've known about Denial for over a year. And I was just like, I wasn't sure if I was ever going to make the switch out of Raw, but I think my knowledge that I've learned from there will really help me out here. So let's go.
Yeah, hopefully, all the experience you carry from that will transfer over and make Denial a really good org.
Yeah, I mean, like I have a lot of I know I'm young and I don't want to sound cocky, but I do have quite a bit of experience in esports, like in social media wise, competitively speaking too, and just a lot of other behind the scenes stuff. I really do my best to just learn as much as I can, and I want to help implement some of the knowledge that I have gained over the years.
You've worn many hats.
I have worn many hats, some at the same time.
It's many at the same time.
Many at the same time, yes.
At one point, you were basically everything but an owner of Raw, and then you became an owner of Raw. So, it was, I mean, you definitely have a lot of experience.
So I don't know. I'm excited. I can like keep you guys updated. Maybe like we can talk about some of the stuff that I implement with Luther and Breezy's permission. Obviously, we can talk about some of the stuff that I help implement there and their growth there as well. So maybe you can help out some of you guys that listen to the podcast in your own organization stuff, or you guys are org owners or org management or just even a creator and you want to help out your org a little bit. Maybe I can share some of that with you guys here.
I mean, that's what Climb Together is for.
Yeah, we climb together here, and we make sure that it's the thing with esports is there's no guidebook, there's no written rule book on how you run an esports organization. You kind of just go by the seat of your pants and just kind of learn as you go. about
Yeah,
certain things.
the book is currently being written still.
Yeah, it is still being written day by day by all these, organization owners, and there's no right way to do it because you look at all these different orgs and they all have different origin stories on how they came to be on the top. So, or even like
Yeah.
somewhat on the top, you know what I mean? Like the amateur, like how like in baseball, there's like the MLB and then there's like the amateur league that's right underneath the MLB.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. You know what I mean? Like there's ones that have
Yeah.
made it to the MLB and there's one that's made it to the amateur league, but they're still, doing it right. So, um,
They're doing something right if they made it that far.
true, true. So yeah, so I'm excited to help Denial and help you guys maybe in the process. And but anyway, Deception, you want to take the lead on this one?
I would say if we wanted to go kind of in chronological order of what's happened in the last week,
Okay.
nothing really like nothing crazy really happened until Saturday. And it wasn't on the COD side, it was on the Halo side. Jake Lucky broke a story that on Friday night, Spartan benched himself from E United's Halo roster. Apparently, the team wanted to get formal without his knowledge, and he claimed that it ruined the team's trust. And he also said that E United is going to hold him until the end of his contract, so he's not going to be able to play at the Halo World Championship. Um, and then E United quickly uh, responded. They said that he painted an inaccurate representation of the situation and threatened to bench himself if they didn't meet his demands. Uh, and they've received no formal offers to buy him out and still want him to play. And the only thing he said in response to that on Twitter was he just put laughable. So there's clearly there's clearly something like wrong there. Something's being misconstrued, or maybe United is trying to cover it up or whatever. Who knows? But I mean, I'm sure some more stuff will come out about it if it keeps getting worse.
Yep. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, from what I've seen is like it definitely is one of those things. It's like his word against theirs type thing. Unless like people put out like the contract details, like the physical contract itself, no one really like completely be correct in that way. You know what I mean? Um, but I really hope Barton finds his way to the championships because from what I've heard, he's a good player, and I know
Yeah,
a lot of
he's good. He's been around for a bit.
yeah.
Um,
So hopefully he can make it that way. But it'd be nice if EU United just to like release him if they're it'd be stupid for because I think they have that power with certain contracts is they can release him from the contract if they want to for any reason that's concrete, and that'll give him a chance to not freaking tank his career this year. Because who knows where Halo's going at this point? I mean, the competitive scene is still really good. It's just like the game itself, it's kind of meh. But from what I've heard, I really don't play it a lot. I really don't play anything a lot.
I mean, from everybody that plays competitively or everybody that's super invested in Halo, I've heard that from a lot of people, Infinite is one of the best Halo games.
Okay,
That it's like maybe not like the best, but it's probably like top three.
top three. There's like
Uh,
4 Halo games
but
though, man.
the problem with
5.
Halo is the content in Infinite is just not there. The game is good, but it's like, what's keeping you playing the game now?
Yeah, it's like from a casual standpoint, it's not the best, but people like it competitively, and I think that's what matters. But I mean, as long as people,
Well, the competitive side, I mean, I think the competitive side of the game could be better, Like it could be in a better spot, but I still think that the competitive side of this game is far better than the casual side of this game.
Yeah. And I feel like most people agree in that sense. It's not like,
I
oh,
mean, and if you're like a more competitive player or you're a more hardcore player that likes to get into the competitive side of a game that you play, that's fun for you. Like Halo Infinite's probably going to be good, but if you're somebody who just like screwing around in pubs and stuff like that, I don't know if you're still playing Halo Infinite if you played it since it came out. You probably stopped playing it a couple months ago.
yeah. I don't think I played it like twice and then I stopped.
You're just not that much into Halo because you've never played it. Um, I mean, I haven't played Halo in a hot minute, but it's mainly because a lot of the people that I was playing with when we would play pubs or we would play ranked just have not played. Uh, like I know, like when me and Wyatt really got into Halo when we were playing the Master Chief Collection
Hmm.
during the COD off season last year, and we really were excited for Infinite. We played it and it was really fun. And Wyatt didn't play it for a bit, but he wasn't playing any games really for a bit. He comes back and we played Infinite. It was fun. We did our ranked placements. We did our ranked placements and maybe played like one or two games after that, and we haven't played it since. I think that's the last time I really played Halo.
I don't know. I tried getting into it. Deception, I really did, and it was fun, but like it just didn't have like the longevity. I don't know.
It's
Halo's
just
really never
like
been my
there's
game though,
not
so I
much
can't really.
content. Like there's not much content. There's not many like modes that you can play compared to the older Halo games. There's not nearly as many maps. Like it's just like they've got to be like considering that there are BR rumors, that's got to be the reason why there's not that much content. Is they've probably been pouring a bunch of time into that. And if they have and they release a BR and it's really good, then I hope that they get back to dropping regular content. But hopefully, if there's some sort of reason they've been holding out on dropping content, hopefully it's worth it.
Hmm. Because they really need to. I don't know if it's because they're not going to do another Halo for a while, so they want to like spread it out, or
I
what the
mean,
deal
but it's like
is.
with Apex. Like when Apex dropped, like it blew up because it was a new BR and
Yeah.
everybody was extremely into BRs. So it blew up for 2, 3 months, but they didn't really add any new content. And then it kind of started to get stale like Halo is now. Like people started being like, okay, what's next? Like we've been playing this for a hot minute. What are we getting after this? And then like it took them a little bit to get to the point where they are now, but now they're at a point where it's constantly like blowing up every time something new drops.
Well, the thing is too is you have Apex has been like the game, the BR that everyone that played Warzone is turning to. That I mean
Yeah.
that I've seen. They either go back to Fortnite or they go to Apex because it's just such
That
a.
right there is probably because Apex dropped right when everybody was starting, right when BRs were becoming super popular.
Yeah, like their
You
timing
know,
was
it
pretty
had
good.
been
They had a
it
really
had
good
been about
core
a
group.
year or so since Fortnite dropped and Blackout and Black Ops 4 was a thing already when Apex dropped. So everybody that hadn't really played BRs before Fortnite and Blackout came over to Apex and they were like, "Yeah, this is pretty cool." And now they're coming back to it because now it's getting content regularly. I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't played that much Apex. I played it a lot when it first dropped because I was one of those guys
Mhm.
that had been playing Blackout for a bit and then hopped on Apex and I was like, "Yeah, this is a good game. I like it." Um, I had never really played any of the Respawn games. I'd never played Titanfall, but I quickly got into Apex. It's just I started really really grinding Blackout and just kind of forgot about it.
I feel like Apex is one of those games though that like you don't have to like constantly play to have a good time. You know what I mean? Because like with COD, you have to level guns to get the meta guns, but like in Apex, every gun that you pick up is ground loot, just like how it is in Fortnite. And I feel like that's probably what made the longevity of it. And Apex had like a really really good core group that was like, you know, really into the game, and whenever a new season dropped, like they would be on there that day. And like I remember one of the seasons, I don't remember exactly which one, but like they literally couldn't get on the servers because there were so many people playing that day when it was normally not like that. But just because they put so much hype around it, and like their storylines are good, like the game overall is really well made. And now they drop new content consistently, and it kind of was like at a good time where, you know, people were like looking for a new BR to play, and Apex is one of those that has it's I want to say it's perfect, but it's better than Warzone at this point.
It's like Apex feels pretty similar to Warzone, in a lot of ways, and that's because basically the entire Respawn team that is making the game are the team that used to be Infinity Ward before the Modern Warfare 2 lawsuits started happening. So they definitely know their way around making shooter games, and I think that Apex is kind of like the culmination of what they've been working on since they started Respawn. Because I don't know for sure how long Apex is in development before it came out, but I know that I'm sure that the entire time, once BRs started hitting, like when H1Z1 came out, they were probably looking and they were like, "Yeah, I think we can make a pretty cool BR game." Um, and they definitely executed well on it.
I I agree. I think, you know, they hit some bumps in the road at first, but once they got into their groove, they found out what the people liked and kind of hit the ground running there. You know?
It definitely I definitely think Apex is really good. It's definitely like a top 2, 3 BR right now.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Like that, and I think like Fortnite kind of made their resurgence back.
yeah, now that there's a no building mode, I think a lot of the people who haven't played Fortnite in forever started coming back.
Yeah, and they added like a lot of new features too. Like I saw some clips on TikTok, and like you can like sprint faster and jump, and
You
yeah,
can slide now.
yeah. They
There's
just
like a
keep
legit slide cancel in Warzone now, or in Fortnite.
right.
It's
Yeah,
actually actually a slide cancel.
they've added quite a few new things to it, and
I really like that they added that first person aiming. Like some of the guns have sights on them that you can aim with
yeah,
from first person. That's really nice.
yeah. Which I think I don't know. I feel like Fortnite has one of the best like new content. One of the best new like recurrent content. Like Fortnite's been a game for probably over 5 years now, right? I feel like
Yeah, Fortnite. It's probably. I think it's approaching 5 years
yeah,
that since the BR has come out. I think pretty sure the BR came out in like July or August of 2017. It's just that it didn't really get a lot of traction until about October, November.
yeah. So I
Um,
mean, and they've been adding new stuff ever since, like new skins constantly. You know, new seasons with new battle passes with good skins on the battle pass. Call of Duty takes some
yeah.
notes. No shade, actually all the shade. I'm throwing shade right now. Um, and I feel like, you know, if they just like, you know, take some notes and make the game what it could be, I feel like it would be better off. Like Fortnite is just it's like the content aspect of the game has been so good, and I feel like them taking out the building at because I feel like that's why a lot of people quit playing Fortnite because like the building was so like it was so overpowering. Like people were just taking it way too far, and like if you didn't play every day, then like, you know, you weren't as fast. You know, your muscle memory wasn't there with the building, and then people would build like freaking like they would build like freaking two towers, um, and then for just one kill or one death. You know what I mean? Like it was just too much, and for like the casual players that only can play every once in a while and aren't like 12-year-olds that live on the game every single day when they get home from school, like um like it was really hard to keep up with that building. And now that they take out the building and it's just down to like gun skill and game sense essentially, um for most of it, like it's back to like where like people fell in love with the game.
I mean, that definitely is the way it is for me. I mean, granted, I haven't played it since because there's just been other games I've been playing, but um, you know, the way that Warzone's been lately kind of makes me want to go to the no build mode in Fortnite and start, maybe grinding it a little bit because it's pretty fun. Um, it's definitely, it definitely feels weird considering you can still break things, even though you don't get materials and you can't build,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still really fun.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. I feel like that it'll be interesting to see if Halo can back to what we were talking about before. It'll be interesting to see if Halo puts in some new stuff soon because they need to. I think it's critical to the game continuing to be good for casual players. Like, yeah, they got a hold on like the competitive community, but that's just because of the years and years of Halo being a thing and people loving to compete in Halo. And at the end of the day, like they play because the competitive scene's good, but like it's hard for casual players to play because they like the skins, they like the customization aspect of the game, and this, that, and the other. And when they don't add new stuff, it gets kind of stale. And like, oh, okay, I'll just go play another game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so many games out there. You know what I mean? Like last night, I fell asleep at like 8 o'clock, and then I woke up. This is part. Trust me, this is part of the story. So I fell asleep at like 8 o'clock, so I was exhausted, and I woke up at like 12:30 ish, 12:45, and like I couldn't go back to sleep. So I hopped on my computer, I watched some Netflix for a little bit. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna play New World, and I haven't played New World in months, just because I just haven't had the time. So I
Yeah, the
updated the
last
game.
time that you played New World was like the last time you were streaming pretty regularly.
Yeah, like it was back before the new year. I think was probably most accurate. So I like updated the game last night, and I started playing. I'm like, damn, this is fun. Forgot. Like how like much is in this game because there's so much content. You know what I mean? Like it's so like they put so much in the game that it's like you could play for literal hours and maybe get like a percent, like 1% of the game completed. Like there's so much to it, and I can't even imagine how much they've added since I last played,
Well, that's what I was gonna say is
let alone
like,
since the game dropped.
uh, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I mean, I don't keep up with New World, so I don't know. I don't know what they've added or what they've done content wise since the game dropped or since you last played, but I'm sure that not playing the game for a few months really helped you out with the content because you weren't playing it every day and knew what they were doing all the time. And I mean, that can be the case with like even COD too. Like, I mean, we play COD like, or well, you don't really play COD that much anymore,
I played Warzone. I
but
played a little Warzone last night.
I play COD like all the time. Like
Mm-hmm.
if I'm probably playing COD at least I'm playing a new COD at least 3 or 4 times a week. And lately I've been hopping back onto other old CODs
Have
like
you been playing? Have
BO3
you been playing
and
like
Advanced
Plutonium
Warfare.
too?
Yeah, like I've been playing Advanced Warfare, been playing BO3 like custom zombies stuff. Me and Wyatt played Modern Warfare 2 for a couple days with the mod they have on there. But like I mean, granted, when we play every day, we go through the content really fast. We go through the battle pass really fast. We get through these seasons, and we're about like halfway through now, and it's like, what do we do now? Like, we
Yeah.
got the new guns. We've seen everything there is to see. So now what? Like, we're waiting on the next season now, or we're waiting on the season 3 reloaded, which is usually a big thing. Is like there's always a period between the halfway point of the season and the end of the season. But um, I could easily like rag on COD not having that much content because I play it all the time. But imagine like how it would be if we were like big Fortnite people or big Apex people and we didn't play that much COD. And like, let's say we played Vanguard for like a month or so when it first came out. We're like, okay, this is cool, but I like Fortnite more. And then we just don't play, and we come back now, and we're like, whoa, there's a lot of stuff in this game now. Like it would feel so much different.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I feel like I wish I could go back and start grinding COD again. Like I feel like that'd be really good for me. But I just like don't have the because the thing is like my setup's here, and I'm only here like 2 days of the week, like a few hours at a time. You know what I mean? Like I don't really
I
get.
mean, the way people play Rebirth now, I don't know if you would. I don't know if you want to grind it.
Well, I played it last night and I did okay. I played like Rebirth solos and I did alright. I didn't do great.
I'm kind of glad they kept Rebirth solos in. I'm not really like a solo guy when it comes to BRs. I like playing with other people, but I've heard a lot of good things about Rebirth solos.
Yeah, I think I like it because you know what I mean. Like, cause like if you it really is on you, and you can push things. You don't have to worry about your team being mad at you and whatnot. And I don't know.
Yeah, and it's a
I
Rebirth, so they have that little timer that like if you stay
Mhm.
alive for a certain time, you'll just come back.
Yeah.
So like when you see that turn to active, you're just like, oh, now I can like play the game and not worry about dying because I'll just come right back.
Yeah. I don't know. I like it. I only played a little bit though. I feel like if I play COD in like little increments, especially Warzone, like I feel like if I played Vanguard, I could probably grind that for hours to level up shit. But um, it's like when it comes to Warzone, I can only play it in like little increments. I can only play like an hour or two at a time now. It just or else I get really stressed and really frustrated and really angry.
I mean, that's kind of how it's been with me and COD lately. Uh, like sometimes I haven't been playing that great, and I just feel demotivated after it, and I'm just like, what? I feel like I need to stop. But I mean, there's other stuff that's been popping off. Like I said, me and Wyatt have been playing IW4X, which is the MW2 mod, and they just dropped a update to add controller support with aim assist.
Ooh.
So we've been playing that. That's fun. I've been playing some new stuff on Black Ops 3, so I've definitely got a lot of stuff as backup plans for if Warzone gets extremely frustrating.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, now that we've done our little video game catch up, let's talk. Like, I'm just gonna scroll through and kind of like talk about COD for a little bit, because Deception likes to send me lots and lots of tweets, and just links and
I
stuff
gotta
like that
keep you
over
caught
Twitter.
up.
You gotta keep me COD up. You can take the mic away from me at any moment.
Yeah,
So
I'm just gonna mute you in Discord.
yeah.
It's my podcast now.
Well, technically, I'm the one recording, so I'd have to mute myself. So,
I mean, if we're
anyway.
going in chronological order, right after the Jake Lucky stuff with United Halo,
Yeah.
I sent you that Crone tweet because of the Grim
Yeah.
and Clay beef.
Yeah, keeping up with the subliners, pretty much.
That oh man.
Do we want to do I want to like go through and we can watch some of this stuff? Kind of like down, cause I don't know. I feel like that's pretty cool. Do that.
I mean, you could watch like the clips because there's like like a minute long clip tied to when Crone sent that tweet.
Yeah.
Um,
Let me. Yeah, I just pulled it up. Hold on. Let me switch my. Okay, it's over here. Oh, you guys get to see a picture of me and my girlfriend. Haha. Lucky you guys. Okay. So let's watch this.
I like that, bro.
Damn, bro. Did you see Clay's tweet?
Yeah, why did you zoom in all the way though?
What do you mean, bro? That's what I always do.
Oh, is that what you always do? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I always do that. Come on, what the fuck? Bro, Adam, what is going on right now?
I don't know. There's a lot of
Because
drama going on.
Porter
right now.
Clay's calling cap, bro. He's calling cap, man. He's calling cap. That's all
Bro,
I'm gonna say.
I talked about Clay for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, this whole talk was mainly
Bro,
about
when we
that.
if he's gonna go that level, let's talk about how Clay sent a picture to Paco, flipping him off after we lost stage 2.
What? Wait,
Just a picture of
what?
Him smiling, cheesing, flipping Paco off.
No,
Or-
don't do that, bro.
Bro, like it's
wait.
not.
Oh, pretty much. So I just played a little clip of it. I didn't play all the way through the minute, but 47 seconds of it. I said it, and like the thing is, Crimson speaks on Clayster's alleged attitude towards NYSL roster after being benched, which I get. I mean, Clayster's like, you know, he's a good freaking player. Like he shouldn't be benched. That's not really like what should be going on. You know what I mean? Like Clayster's not someone you see on the bench. He's
I mean,
someone
I
you
watched
see.
the video that he posted after he got benched, and I mean, I don't know if it's just that they've held off talking about it and they can talk about it now or what, but you know, Krim started popping off about it, about like how Clayster had been acting before he got benched and when he got benched, and while they were like scrimming and all that. He talked about that the picture that he sent to Paco, who is Hydra, with of him flipping him off, and you know, and Clay replied down there with DMs of him and Hydra that didn't show anything, but it seemed like he was maybe covering some stuff up or not showing everything he could have shown. And they just kind of went back and forth about it. Krim posted his own proof from I don't know, I think Hydra even like sent it or something like that. I don't know. But Krim posted something else that he found. Like it was just like, I mean, it's crazy how Krim and Clay are like two of the greatest like Call of Duty players of all time, and they're bickering back and forth.
Yeah, like Clayster
Um,
literally posted his DMs with Hydra saying like okay, when you do like just like talking about like stuff like going to Walmart and like Discord and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and you can see it scroll all the way down, like, you know. And then like their last text was, I said 50-50 and I didn't choose, that was more of a team and org choice. So like you know, like they really, it doesn't look seem like they have any beef or anything, but yeah,
I mean, from what I know, with how Clay has been on New York and how he wanted Hydra so bad, I think him and Hydra were just probably like screwing around with each other. I think they're still like really good friends. I think they still really like each other. Um, but I don't know. It seems like every time Krim gets on a team, some drama happens now. It happened with Optic in BO4. It happened with the Empire, even though, you know, it took a little bit longer for it to come to fruition with Empire. It happened. And now it's happening with New York. It's like, I don't know if it's like a Krim thing or if teams just don't mesh with Krim or what, but it's like every time Krim goes somewhere now, there's like it ends in drama.
So it might just be like a Kermit thing. I think he might just be trying to start shit, but I'm not gonna like, you know, say that like officially, but unofficially he might just be trying to start. Cause you know what I mean, like you know, drama follows.
I don't know. From
people.
everybody else's perspective, it sounds like that is the problem.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
if
don't know.
you talk to like if you talk to Scump and Dashy and them like when they were on Optic, that's the same thing. When you talk to like Shotzi and Illy from Empire, it's the same thing. But I don't know. I mean,
So it may just
there's
be
two
like a
sides to
coincidence.
every story, and
That is
I
true.
mean, who knows how much they've been able to tell versus what actually happened.
That is true.
Because there's a lot of stuff that went down with the Optic Dynasty that we still don't fully know about. I mean, there's been like blanket statements and like blanket stories that have been told, but it's not like there's nothing. There's not been a lot of details that have gone on about some of the stuff that has happened with drama surrounding anybody, let alone Krim.
That
But
is true.
it's weird.
Just, you know, I don't know. I think it's kind of explain it. Drama follows people. Best way that
I mean,
I can
that's
put it.
true.
Drama follows people. Can't really escape it.
I mean, and you follow that up with later, just a short few hours later, somebody asked Clay about what he was going to do on stream, and he said, if I don't get on a team like early next game, I'm probably going to retire. So
I mean, that makes sense. The man's kind of been through the ringer a little here recently, so
I mean, but lately I've heard he has a lot of offers from different teams,
Oh,
but
okay.
we'll see.
I mean, like, yeah, like offers are all great, fine and dandy, but like, you know, if you don't mesh well with the team, like, what's the point? Type of thing.
I mean, who knows? Maybe like stage 3 doesn't go well for one team, and then they do team trials like Rocker and New York did, and then Clay gets picked up. You know, imagine like if Surge keeps on their. I could easily see if Surge keeps on the track they've been on. That if they keep playing the way they've been playing, I could see them maybe dropping accuracy and trying Clay.
Could be,
I
could
mean,
be. The thing is with like Seattle, it's like they have a good team. It's just they're very inconsistent. Some days they pop off, and other days they just like absolutely bad. I feel like that's
yeah,
kind
and
of
it's
their
led
issue.
them to a very average season so
Yeah.
far.
It
Like when
has.
they're good, they're like really good. Like they could basically beat any team in the game. And when they're bad, they could lose to any team in the game.
Pretty much. But anyway, speaking of CDL or Call of Duty in general, the Call of Duty team is looking for feedback on Modern Warfare 2, and they're reaching out to pros to do it. I think that's pretty good actually.
I mean, I
Because
saw that, and I'm very hopeful that they go through with that.
yeah,
I mean, we've seen before what happens when you get pros involved in the development of a game. It happened because they hired after Rambo retired from COD professionally. Sledgehammer hired them in making their first Call of Duty, which was Advanced Warfare. From what I know and from what he's stated, he gave them a whole lot of insight on a pro's perspective and somebody who knows Call of Duty almost better than the developers. He gave them a lot of insight on how the game should play, how maps should be built, how modes should be constructed, like, and it made Advanced Warfare like a really good game. Obviously, Advanced Warfare was jetpack games, so it's very split down the middle. I feel like people who enjoyed jetpack games love Advanced Warfare. I feel like people who hate jetpack games just by default don't like it. But Rambo did help a lot. And I do think that Advanced Warfare was one of the best years as far as watching a competitive Call of Duty game because it was really fun to watch, and that's mostly due to how the pros played it, but definitely it was the game. I mean, Rambo really helped the game thrive.
I mean, taking this back to like when we were talking earlier about Halo. Like the only thing really keeping the Halo scene truly alive right now is the competitive scene. And I feel like it could be the same way with Call of Duty. Like if they make a really good competitive game,
It could be.
that like like people could love watching, because Halo still like they average pretty high whenever they stream on Twitch, like whenever they stream events and stuff like that. And like it could be the same way with COD, except for like they could build off that. You know what I mean? Have the better drops as far as customization goes, and like having a good competitive side of the game right now, especially if there's an esports to the game, having a good competitive side to it kind of like helps the game out quite a bit. Like Fortnite, Valorant, like the Valorant competitive scene is crazy.
Yeah,
League of Legends,
Valorant's a very good example of
like League of Legends,
Yeah, League is
CS:GO.
good too. I mean,
CS:GO, like they have one of the if not the
yeah,
biggest,
CS has been one of the best esports for literally like decades.
like over 20 years at this point. I feel like
If it's not been exactly 20 years, it's been almost 20 years.
when did CS:GO?
And when you look at
come
Halo,
out?
it has been 20 years because MLG started with Halo and that got started in 2002. It's been 20 years.
Okay, so CS:GO is from 2012. Counter-Strike in general is from 2000. So it's been over 20 years total. It's been a
Yeah, because
decade
I
for
remember like
CS:GO.
I'm pretty sure the game before CS:GO was 1.6, and
Mm-hmm.
it was basically
That
just
was
like
2003.
It was basically like CS:GO light. Like
Mhm.
CS:GO was just kind of an evolution of that, and everybody apparently liked that game. So, I mean, naturally CS:GO popped off.
Naturally. Like that was a big game to begin with, and I feel like with being a sequel, kind of like how COD is, where there's multiple games under the same main title. It's
Yeah,
what
but one
keeps
of
it
the
going.
things they do differently than COD that I wish COD would do from a competitive standpoint, I don't know if it'd be the greatest idea from a casual standpoint, but from a competitive standpoint, it would absolutely thrive. Is why doesn't COD do what Counter-Strike did? Like, look at CS:GO. They've been playing basically with maybe a few additions here and there, the same maps on the same game with the same mechanics for 10 years, and they still love it. Like, imagine if COD made a really good game like that, put all the best stuff from every COD game, and just let that be the COD game for like
Mhm.
10 years.
It would work. I mean, and CS:GO is still a really, really popular game, a really popular esport. Like, and some people may not play the game casually anymore, but they still watch it competitively, just because it's CS:GO. Like people love the game.
I mean, CS is gonna be CS. It's one of the
Yeah.
it's one of the biggest esports in terms of the impact that it's had on
Mm-hmm.
everything. So naturally, people are gonna watch it. I mean, it's especially like with the I mean, a lot of the players have went to Valorant, but a lot of like the OGs are still hanging out in CS, and that's what people the fans will hang out for. All of the teams that have been here for like decades. You know, um, I mean the fans like it's a very like close and knit community in CS, but there's a lot of people that enjoy it.
Yeah, like
Um,
looking at like Valorant, which is still a pretty new game, by the way. Like it only came out like 2 years ago at this point. I feel like is when they switched out of beta. Um, this game is not even 3 years old yet, and it at the Valorant Championship Finals, it had like 1.1 million concurrent viewers. That's a lot of freaking people. And did all those people like do that 1.1 million people play daily? Probably not. You know what I mean?
yeah, I would say probably a good like quarter to 30% of those people probably had either don't play Val like that much or maybe had never played it at all. Um,
Yeah.
and just saw that it was popping off and they were like, "What is this game?"
That too. Or they're like me and they get really, really angry when they play Valorant, so they only watch competitive because they don't get angry at competitive, they get angry when they play the game. So, yeah.
I feel like that's a very specific situation.
I said like me.
I feel like that's like those TikToks where they say put a finger down and go on like a 2-minute rant about something, and they're the only person on
Put
the
her
entire app that puts their finger down.
literally. Anyway, not the point. Not the point. But yeah, like just like, I feel like if COD can, utilize this pro, having the pros uh aid in the helping of developing Modern Warfare 2, I feel like it'll make it a better game. Like I was listening to the Flank yesterday on my way home, and I was listening to the episode where they were talking about something or other, I don't know. It was the most recent one, I believe. And like they were talking about how like crap the spawns are. Like the spawns are absolutely horrendous. Like there's no predicting them. There's no like sometimes you spawn like right next to two players on the other team. It just depends on like what's
I
going
mean,
on
I
map
saw a
wise.
clip
But
from a CDL match in the Pro Am where they put it in slow motion so you could watch it. This guy peeks a corner and the enemy literally he watched him spawn. Like he peeks the corner, nobody's there, and the split second later the guy just pops up right in front of him.
yeah. So like like stuff like that can be fixed, in before the game even comes out if they use the pros competitive knowledge, because a lot of these people know the game better than the actual, like Deception was saying, like a lot of these people know the game better than
I mean, obviously the
developers
devs
themselves.
make the game, but I feel like the pros exploit the game.
Yeah, like they know the ins and outs of this game. They know it like the back of their hand. You know what I mean? Like I know the back of my hand pretty well. I know the front of my hand pretty well. That's how they know this game.
And I just feel like that they just need to get all of the pros. Like they need to get like at least half of the COD pros. They need to get a bunch of Warzone pros for the Warzone side. They need to like I don't care if it intervenes with these people's like stream schedules or pro scrims for Vanguard or whatever. If the pros want the game to succeed and the Warzone pros want a fun game that they're gonna make money on and get views on, they need to invest in Modern Warfare 2, especially if it's gonna be a thing for 2 years rather than 1 year. And they need to like go out there and have regular play sessions. Like even if it's like once every like month or once every couple weeks or once every week leading to launch, like these guys need to be going to Infinity Ward and playing the game, or let Infinity Ward needs to let them play the game in certain builds at home and just play with each other to see like how this game is going to be. Like I genuinely feel like if you let the pros like have their hands on the game and you let them play it like intermittently as you're making changes, they're going to exploit the game and they're going to not only help your game be better, they're going to figure out stuff that the devs probably didn't even know was wrong with the game.
Yeah.
Because they like get the absolute most out of the game.
I'd say give them a week. Like on the alpha, I'd say give them a week and they would exploit everything in the game.
I mean, look at what happened when and I can speak from literal experience. Like if you would have asked me about this like a year ago, I wouldn't have been able to tell you, but I can actually speak from experience now that I've played X Defiant. We got to play the pre-alpha for X Defiant, one of the earliest playable builds of the game. We played that, and I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks straight that we could play it. You could just hop on whenever you wanted and play the game. And me and Wyatt made sure to put a bunch of time into this game because we saw the trailer and we thought it looked good. And we played the game and we liked it. It was really fun. And we just kept playing it, kept exploiting it, and we were finding stuff in the game. We were finding little like instances where something would happen, or somewhere on the map that would be weird, or like why are you losing aim assist here, or why are you getting aim assist there? Like we were doing like all that stuff, and we were playing the game in a pre-release build that nobody else could play unless you got invited, and we were doing that kind of stuff to the game. And it genuinely seems to have helped the game because we have been playing it in beta. Like we played it last Friday and it was so fun. They fixed a lot of stuff. I mean, granted there's still some stuff to fix. We ran into some stuff, but like the game was genuinely better than it was in pre-alpha, and the game was already really fun in pre-alpha. So like I mean, if you want to take a page from somebody else's book, go look at what they're doing with X Defiant. Like, I genuinely think that if they keep on this track, that the X Defiant is going to be a really good game.
It's true. I feel like they should do the same thing with COD. Yeah, what's up, Nick Scott? How you doing?
I mean, like I said, like I don't know if they would do it for COD for the general public, but I think they should at least do it with the pros. I think they should like when they get this. Apparently, the game's already in alpha, so send the pros the alpha build. When we have an off time before like a major or something, send it to them and let them play it for a few days straight. Like, don't put them in like these little play sessions where they can just play for a couple hours at a time. Just give it to them. Be like, you can hop on whenever. Just play.
Yep. Or like right after champs, have them play. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like right after champs would be good too, because then it's like
They
there's
don't
so
have to
much
worry
of an
about.
off season. Like imagine like the game is about to come out. Like I would guess that we might be in beta by that time, by champs time.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine like the beta just finished and the game's about to come out, and like instead of in I don't know that month or whatever time frame between beta and game, imagine like they had like either a late beta or a mostly finalized version of the launch game, and they just gave it to the pros. Like imagine they were just like, don't stream it, like don't you can talk about it a little bit, but just don't like stream it. Don't show any gameplay. But
Mhm.
you can just play it. Like just get on and play it whenever.
Yep. And I feel like if they have that against like the pros, because one, the pros are contracted, right? Like most of them have to sign NDA, so they don't release stuff about like their organization or about like stuff in the CDL, right? So if you just have them sign like an NDA saying that they're not gonna like explain certain parts of the game if Call of Duty doesn't want them, out there.
Well, and that's the thing about X Defiant is like they recently updated the NDA to where we can talk about it. Like I can talk about my experiences with the game and I can give you my full opinions and I can talk about gameplay stuff, but I still can't stream it and stuff, which is fine. Like I get it. Like it's a pre-release build, but like it's the same thing. Like I can tell you that I've been playing it. I can tell you about my experiences, and if the pros were able to do that and be really transparent with it while also getting to play the game way more than they've ever played it before release, it would be very helpful to the game. And I hope like Call of Duty ends up understanding that.
Yeah. Agreed. I don't know. That's kind of our 2 cents on that. Also, quick little note. I have made it so that all of the podcasts have made it onto my external hard drive, which I
Oh.
can take with me up to the lake so I can get all these things uploaded. So I just thought I'd let you guys know because tomorrow I usually work at 11 during weekdays, but tomorrow they have me working at 4. So I have a few hours before work to kind of do some things. And I was going to clean for all of it, but then I realized who I am and that I would not clean for all of it. So I think I'm going to try to, get those out. So you guys can, start listening to some of these newer ones and we can get back on track with uploading them on the day that they are released. That's my bad. Completely my bad. I went through like a little depression thing and like I had some shit happen. That's
I mean,
my
that's
bad.
that's like with denial. You do what you gotta do when you can do it.
Yeah, like that's kind of my bad. But I'm getting back. It's a slowly but surely thing. I work like right now it's the off season. Like it's not even that busy and I'm working 30 hours a week. So when the off season is over and it gets busy again, I will be working probably 50, 60 hours a week. So I want to get it catched up before then. Caught up. Goddamn.
You literally
Yo.
just made before we started that whole thing. You made the pun about being caught up, and then you were like, and then you said catched up. Oh my god.
Anyway, so yeah, hopefully, I can do that. And my apologies. So if you're listening to this later, this is the recording date's like May 18th, 2022. So I'm a
Yeah,
little
so if you're
behind.
listening when it gets uploaded in like August, then
It's
hello.
not gonna get uploaded in August, okay, man. My plan is to start tomorrow, obviously, and just have them upload every other day until they're all uploaded, and then we'll get back on the
Fantastic idea.
getting on the Wednesday or even do it on a Thursday if I need to, But that's neither here nor there.
I mean, if we want to stay on the eventual Call of Duty and Warzone type of thing, Nero's Cinema got contacted by a person who goes by Jay, who apparently played Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. And he can't say everything that the guy said to him, but he talked about in the video that Warzone 2 is going to be more like Blackout than the original Warzone.
Mhm.
That and he said that there is no like slide canceling in the game.
Oh.
Like you can slide, but there's no way to cancel it.
Okay.
He also said that there is a rumor that it just got reported by Charlie Intel because apparently it's been going around everywhere. It's been a rumor for months, but there is a rumor that in Warzone 2 that there were numerous Modern Warfare 2 maps located on the
Mhm.
Warzone 2 map.
Oh,
And not only is that being reported as a rumor, even heavily now, but that Jay guy also said that he played it, and High Rise from Modern Warfare 2 was there. It was on the map.
okay. Pop off. Let's go. I like that. High Rise is a good map.
There have also been a lot of stuff come out about the DMZ mode. The Ghost of Hope talked about how the DMZ mode is gonna have on launch. There's gonna be 4 maps,
Mhm.
and they're all drastically different from each other. Like they're completely different, all 4 maps. And that in the DMZ mode, you're gonna have a lot of Escape from Tarkov type things happening. Like there's gonna be like an actual marketplace in the DMZ mode
Mhm.
where you can buy and trade items. Nobody really knows the specifics on how that works yet. Nobody knows if it's gonna be like an in-game currency, if they're gonna try to get you to use real money, but like items can be bought and traded between players. It's
Oh,
not like buying stuff from a shop. It's like stuff that players have earned in the mode can be bought and traded if they want to be
interesting.
bought or traded. Um, and he also said that everything that you unlock in the mode, everything that you get, you take with you if you survive. Like, if there's like, you can get weapon blueprints in the mode,
Oh,
and if you survive with them, then they're put in your inventory.
oh, that's awesome. I like that. I like that a lot.
So it's like
Hopefully it comes
there's
to
a lot of
fruition.
weight to this mode. It's kind of like if you survive, you get all this cool stuff. If you die, you lose it all.
Okay, gives you more reason to play and get better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It gives you something to get when you win,
I mean,
other
that
than
right
just that victory
there. I
royale.
mean, that's the appeal of Tarkov right there. Is the whole
Pretty much.
if I win, I get all this stuff. If I die, I lose everything I came with.
Yep.
So,
It's one of those
uh,
like it's a stakes thing, and people like gambling. It's like it's addicting.
I
But it's an
mean, that's
addiction.
what I'm saying. I mean, this mode has been in development for like 4.5 years.
They do it
If
right.
all of this stuff is true, and if this game executes, I mean, I could see DMZ being just as big as Warzone, um, if it's done right.
Awesome. All right, there's one more thing I want to bring up before we wrap this podcast up. And Deception actually sent it to me right before the podcast. So TikTok is giving small creators the chance to get paid with brand missions.
Yep.
Creators must be 18 years or older and have 1,000 followers or more to participate in the branded missions. Creators whose videos are selected by brands will benefit from a cash payment and boosted traffic. So, I mean, I could probably read more into this real quick, but I mean, I feel like I think that's just kind of showing where we're going, and how like powerful TikTok is. Like everybody has TikTok. Like the other day, I was at work and I was talking to my table about something that I learned on TikTok, and they're like, "Oh my god, like yeah, like me too. I learned something new literally every fucking day there," and I'm like, "Oh my god." It's like everybody has TikTok essentially at this point. Not everybody, but pretty much 90% of the human population that's not like over the age of 60.
I mean, that's true.
So like, and the thing is like you have to. So a branded mission, from what I'm getting, is you make a. Looks like you make a video.
Those creators whose videos are selected by brands will benefit from cash payments and boosted traffic.
So maybe people just do like an ad.
Yeah, maybe it's like a brand reaches out to you for an ad, and it's like your ad gets posted by the brand, and it like if everybody that's interested, it's gonna pop up on their For You page. So there's the boosted traffic.
So I think it might be like a challenge type thing, like who makes the best ad, and then they select it, and then the person that makes the best one gets paid. I think that's how it might go. I don't know. I feel like we're gonna have to wait more on this. This just came out at 10 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
So it's really new, and it's still very in early researchable stuff. But I think that, you know, kind of it is a testament to how like popular TikTok is becoming and what kind of like what a revenue source the internet can be right now for really anyone.
I mean, TikTok is huge. Like
Yeah.
I've been on TikTok a lot more because I actually really enjoy like surfing it.
Yeah,
Now,
surfing TikTok.
but
It's
like
scrolling deception. Don't sound like a freaking old man.
It's so like I like you look on YouTube and there are YouTube videos that blow up, right? But
Mhm.
like I feel like every TikTok that is on my For You page is huge.
Oh yeah.
Like I've seen so many videos with over 100,000 likes, and I'm like,
Not even
where are all
100,000.
these people
Not
coming
even
from?
100,000. Like over a million likes. I feel like there's a lot of viral videos that have over a million likes, and
Yeah, like,
I
have
don't
you
even
seen
know how
that
many
video
views.
about that guy who made that, who was next to that big water thing at the windmills, and he's like, you don't want to go down there? That thing has like 2 million likes, and I saw
I
another
did not see
video.
that.
That video has like a 1.5 million likes. And this other random dude who watched the video decided he wanted to get a remote control boat with a camera on it and send it down there and see what was going to happen. And he's flying there like right now. He's going to make a TikTok on what happens.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like, you know, with the
Like-
trends and like people, like especially when like I think one of my favorite kind of videos is like when someone shares a piece of information, someone like duets the video and they're like, I have to try this, and you see them like running through their house to try it immediately because that's how we all are. Like we want to see, you know, sometimes the internet is, you know, feeding like gaslighting us into believing something, but like then someone like literally tries it out real time and it works, and it's just like, oh my god, like they just proved the internet right. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you
Yeah.
really don't know. Like, you know, sometimes people are just BSing with you, and sometimes they're, you know, that's true. It's like a real life hack or something or whatever.
Oh, I've
But
seen some stuff like that thing about reheating pizza I saw on TikTok. That's legit.
yeah, like
That
there's some
stuff is
things.
good.
There are some things that are pretty legit, as Deception just said, on there. So I mean, I don't know. I think TikTok.
I mean, sometimes people are funny, but like, I feel like 90% of the time that I see it, the thing that really like gets me about a lot of those life hack ones is I don't usually see the original video on my For You page. I see a video where somebody has stitched it and actually
Mhm.
tried it and it worked.
Yeah, I feel like those are the ones that do better. But anyway, that'll conclude our episode of the 26th episode of the podcast, Climb Together podcast. If you guys have any questions for us for next week's episode, please let us know. If you guys are here live, DM them to us, put them in the chat right now, or like, you know, tweet them at us. Our DMs are open on every platform: Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, ish kind of. Be friends on TikTok, but, whatever. Our DMs are open. If you guys have any questions, anything you want us to go over, you know, let us know. Like if you guys want us to do like a little bit of a YouTube analytic breakdown again. I did one a few months ago, but it's already been a few months. Or you guys want us to do like a TikTok analytic breakdown. We can do some. If you guys ask these questions, if you guys want to know stuff, it gives us time to do a little bit of research and help you guys out because we climb together on this podcast, rung by rung. We, you know, get up to the top of the ladder together. Right, Deception?
Yeah, but there's one question. What happens when you get to the top of the ladder?
Well, then we help the other people up. It's like you know those like Spartan races? You know those Spartan races?
It's kind of like that.
It's kind of like that, you know what I mean? Like you get over an obstacle, you help everybody else, and you got money in the process, but you were helping each other out, you know what I mean? Sometimes people get ahead of you when you do that, but you know what? You helped them out. You helped out probably like 10 or 20 people before you moved on to the next obstacle. So
Hey, if they got ahead of you, that's just a good sign that they got talent.
oh yeah.
They got what it takes.
Yeah, so I mean, like, you know what I mean? That's how we do it here. We run this race like a Spartan race, and we help each other out. Oh, that's a
Yeah.
good analogy. Good job, Tone. Pat myself on the back for that one. All right. We will see you guys next week. We stream this podcast live every Wednesday at 12 p.m. EST. That's Eastern Standard Time, for those of you that do not know. But yeah, we're here every Wednesday, and you can catch the podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you find your podcast. You can catch the Climb Together podcast. Deception, do you have any last words before we officially end this?
I mean, don't forget to subscribe to Tone.
Subscribe to the subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the podcast, like the podcast on every platform. Follow us on
literally
Twitch.
just if you search it up on YouTube, we're the only thing.
We're
that
the
pops
only
up.
thing that pops up. You type Climb Together Podcast, we're the only thing. But yeah, support the podcast, like it, share it. Get your homies listening in. We talk about a lot of stuff. I want to get some more Climb Together stuff going here, but I don't really had time to do the research around it. But hopefully, me joining this organization, Denial Gaming, that I can put some more org stuff back into this and do maybe an org podcast here or there, and just kind of like give you guys some tips and tricks for you young org owners out there or aspiring org owners out there. But yeah, we will catch you guys next time. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. Have a lovely, lovely day, night, morning, whatever. See you guys next time. Peace.